Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
It's been like a year.
Yeah, how's it going?
So how was the Hyatt?
It was really nice.
Yeah.
It'll be nice for when we get back.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I changed the room because with this bed, I didn't think that you would fit in that bed.
Probably would be fine. Anyway.
That's up to you. I mean, your feet are gonna be seriously. Your feet are gonna be off the end of it.
That's been my life.
I'm
I'm not telling the story on camera. No, we're not telling the story on camera.
All right, we're headed off to the place to hire the Jeep, and Chad is gonna tell me the story when the camera's off. You wilderness excursion?
Yes.
I'm Miguel.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing? All right, we paid for the Jeep. Now poles, right?
Yeah, poles.
We just got all our stuff. We got our snacks, poles, paid for the Jeep. Now we're headed back to the hotel because we're all exhausted and we need to lay down. We crashed after we got back to the hotel room, and now Chad and I are gonna go get something to eat. But Doug, he's too exhausted, so he's gonna keep sleeping. That looks good. All right, here goes. Wow. It is very good. It has like a smoky flavor. A little chewy. Let me try a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, it's peppery, so.
It's kind of like sweet and sour, a little bit, but it's like more. It's not as sweet or sour.
Sweet, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet and sour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, shit.
Chad and I are just gonna walk around a little bit to try to walk off dinner, but I'm really exhausted and I need to get to bed soon. Morning, namaste. Yes. Oh, that's 98%. All right, Doug, your turn. Thank you very much. Have a great day, guys. See ya. Loaded up on bacon and sausage and eggs because I know that's probably the last chance we're gonna have to eat meat.
Can I put my water in this just in your bag?
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Thank you. Oh. I have a feeling the Nepalese language doesn't have a phrase for blind corner. We were taking blind corners at about 60 miles an hour. We almost got in a couple head-on collisions, but we made it. Hi there.
202 yesterday, 204 today.
Nice. This is it. Who's up for dinner?
I sure am.
Yeah, I'm starving.
Okay.
It's a spot.
Conditions.
Nice and hot.
Smile and say cheese.
Cheers.
Is it because it's just dangling right there?
No, that's working.
But is your phone
No,
not
this
charging?
one wasn't working.
Oh, okay. We had a really good dinner, and now we're trying to figure out the electrical socket. Doug and I paid for showers, and I'm not even sure if I want to take a shower because I'm so cold right now. I'm gonna let Doug warm up the water first. It's 6 a.m. now, and all of us are up. I woke up like 4 or 5 times last night to go to the bathroom, and I'm still jet lagged. About midnight, a dog started barking incessantly, and he barked for about an hour, but I guess he decided to go back to bed, so we got some peace and quiet after a little while. Anyway, breakfast is at 7:30, and right now Doug and I are gonna go walk around outside a little bit and try to get some pictures. We seem to have gained a dog entourage. They think I'm gonna give them food. Yeah, can we get some hot water and coffee as well?
Yeah, which black coffee.
Black coffee. Yes.
No, like I didn't think you'd like that way.
What's
the-
बाद में दिए सर्भिस सबै वैसे अब उसको त रसिद के लिने त उसको त उता म
97% saturation.
Yeah, 42 beats per minute.
Okay, let me do myself now. It's not bad for 8,000 feet. But I normally have a high
Yeah.
heartbeat.
So that's actually pretty low.
It's the coffee.
I think the average is supposed to be between 60 and 120.
Really?
We got your pulse? Yep.
We're getting out of here about 8:30. We stayed at the, what was it again? Everest Base? Everest
Hotel.
Everest Hotel
And restaurant.
and restaurant. They didn't turn the heat on at night, so it was kind of cold. So
I don't think they had a furnace.
yeah, I don't know if they have a heater, but the showers were hot. The dinner and breakfast was good. My only complaint was a dog started barking in the middle of the night and like kept barking for an hour. Today we're headed off to Nantala. It's about 13 miles away. We're going up to about 10,000 feet, and then we're going to drop down and sleep at about 7,000 feet.
Financial issues. At the same time, they were building these hangars on the airfield for these tankers that were coming in. Mm-hmm. So I walked over there, and they had an operational unit. I asked them, is it possible to take a ride on one of these tankers?
Neat.
And these are the ones that have the little arm that goes down.
Yeah,
and
yeah, and
like
refuels,
you hear on
yeah.
the National Guard.
Yeah. So we came into Nuntala about 5 o'clock, and we walked around, and there was one tea house that Doug really liked that served fresh fish. They have a trout pond, so he and Chad are staying there. I'm staying in this one, which is like the first one when you come into town. It just seems bigger and nicer. The room just seems a lot cleaner, and it's $300 per night for one person. It's got a private bathroom, so that's really nice. And the restaurant just seemed better. It just seemed like it had more variety. So yeah, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna get a night by myself, so that's kind of nice. And I guess we're just gonna meet in the morning, like around 7 a.m. Dinner was not spectacular. I think they find the boniest part of the chicken and basically just chop it up. So the chicken that you get is mostly sharp bone with a little bit of meat around it. So I think I'm gonna stay away from anything chicken here from now on. And then I had an omelet, and it just wasn't cooked all the way through. So ginger lemon tea was really good, and I had an apple pie. And the apple pie here is more like an apple pierogi, maybe. It's not very sweet, pretty bland. Tomorrow for breakfast, I'm gonna try the pizza. I've got the room all to myself, so I can make as much noise and spread my shit out everywhere, so I like that. And right now, I think I'm just gonna brush my teeth and get in my sleeping bag and stay warm, because I think it's only gonna get colder tonight. You guys dressed? How was the night?
Well,
Actually, real good.
Yeah?
the pillows are really nice too,
Really?
actually.
Did you get to eat the fish?
Yeah.
We did.
How was it?
It was delicious.
It's fabulous.
Wow, I'm jealous.
I mean, look how big that fish is out there.
Yeah. The food over on the other one was not great.
No?
But I had pizza for breakfast, and that was pretty good. Today, we're headed to Bupsa. We've got 3,000 feet of descent, and then 3,000 feet of ascent over 7 miles.
I sort of do something similar because, I get in, unpack, but I go get my glass of cold water in a sense. Uh-huh.
And what happened was they're expecting to
What do you think of the room?
I was looking back at the toilet. I'll probably have to get some sandals and just...
Oh, because it's wet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
the pillowcase to look rather clean.
Well, it certainly wasn't a 5-star spa treatment, but a hot shower after a day of hiking a dusty trail really hits the spot. We came in here around 4 o'clock, and we found this place. Everest Guest House. We keep staying at Everest Guest House. Anyway, the nice lady here is cooking us dinner, and we're just gonna eat as much as we can and go to bed, because tomorrow we're headed to Lukla. It looked like there was some rain coming our way, but I think we're only going like 7 or 8 miles tomorrow. It shouldn't be that hard. I'm much more impressed with the Dalbot here than last night. Last night was a bit of a disappointment, but
But
this
even
was much better.
like using those apple pies, handmade kind of thing.
Yeah.
Back in the U.S., you get dessert at a restaurant, it's from the frozen, like in the freezer.
Yeah, it's pre-frozen, yeah. Though I will admit, I like American apple pie better. Because it's got a lot more sugar in it and butter.
Apple. Nice fresh apples.
About midnight, I started to feel a pretty bad headache, so I took a couple naproxen to kill the pain, but I think I'm getting some altitude sickness, even though it's only like 8,000 feet. But I pumped about a liter of water, but I drank through that already, so I gotta wake up at 5 and pump some more water, because I want to stay hydrated. Otherwise the symptoms might get a little bit worse. I'm feeling a little bit better now, so I think I can walk okay, but I'm just not feeling great. Today we're gonna get a net gain of like 2,000 feet today, and we're gonna go up 2,500, drop 2,500, and then gain 2,000. It's gonna be tough, but I think I'll be okay. But we ordered our breakfast, so I'm gonna go down and eat something, and hopefully I won't have any trouble.
The standards for hotness here in Nepal might be a little bit lower than like Mexico.
All right, we're finally getting out of here about 9 a.m.
Did you forget anything?
I'm sure I forgot my poles. All right, we're getting out of here at 9:01, and I think I've got my poles. Boy, that would have really pissed me off if I'd forgotten my poles.
I knew they were there.
I think I would have eventually figured it out, but maybe like 5 miles down the road. Anyway, we've got a slight drizzle. Typical Washington weather. Shouldn't be too bad. This way?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go this way. We just got into Lukla and now we're looking for a lodge. It wasn't a bad day. A little bit of rain, but this town is totally fogged in, so I don't think any flights came in today. And hopefully we should have an easy time finding a place to stay, but it looks like there's a lot of good restaurants here, so that'll be kind of a nice break from Dalbat.
Let's just take a look at the toilets, see how they are.
It's only about 1,300 APR.
I'm kind of sold on the steak too. Ooh, nice. These are like queen size beds by Nepal standards.
Oh, very nice.
Nice, yeah, lots of room. Very nice. Showers in there, excellent. Thank you.
Oh, I got one figured out.
You figured it out? Okay, I'm getting the tenderloin steak. Doug?
I'm getting the bangers
And mash?
and mashed potatoes and sausage and served with gravy.
Unfortunately, we lost Doug. He was feeling really sick. So he went back to the room. He's hanging out with the toilet right now, but we're eating up. We're eating for him. We might actually have to eat his bangers and mash over there if he doesn't come back. So we had a good dinner. I took a freezing shower. Well, it wasn't freezing, but it was like, it wasn't hot. But so I'm totally wrapped up in all my downs. I'm Michelin man now. We're looking at what weight we can drop before we head up to Namche tomorrow, because it's just getting higher and higher, less and less oxygen, and colder and colder. How you feeling today, Doug?
better than yesterday.
That's good. Yeah, you were looking pale yesterday.
Yeah,
I'm
there
really
was a
glad
lot
you're
going
doing
on
better.
last night.
The trail was dusty as hell, and we were following a bunch of donkey trains, breathing
Pretty
in.
interesting, actually.
It was neat to see,
how
yeah.
that
And we
was all
saw
being
those
transported.
porters, all the porters carrying loads of like literally close to 200 pounds. I saw a teenage boy carrying like 9 4x4 posts on his back, and that looked painful. That I calculated that was about 200 pounds.
Yeah, this is basically the business route.
Yeah, and there's no road here. There's flights, and then there's hauling stuff with animals and people. So it was, I mean, as hard as it was for us, I just can't imagine these guys that do all this work around here. They're incredible. Looks like it's going to be a really wet, miserable day. The rain is coming down really hard outside, and we've got about 10 miles to go and about 2,000 feet. But it's a steady grade. I think the trail is going to be pretty reasonable, and I think we'll be okay. Great, thank you. But there were chickens inside the baskets. Well, that's how they get fresh meat up here. All right, I'm gonna try some yak cheese. Tastes like regular cheese. Imagine that. It's good. Chad and I are headed out to Lukla. We're gonna go by the bakery and get some coffee and then do some shopping right now. But this morning it was just dumping rain, and it looks like the snow line is about 500 feet above where we are now. So all those Instagram pictures that show those sunny pictures of Lukla and Namche and Everest, well, this is the reality. Soaking wet, hiking. We're getting out of here about 10, and we've really lucked out. It's not raining anymore, so we're not going to get dumped on, but it's still going to be a long day, and we're about 500 feet below the snow line. We just had some fresh made buffalo momo. Really good. We're about 2/3 of the way to Namche, and it's been raining the entire time. And every time I see a Western trucker come down, they have this dazed look on their face, like they're in shell shock. Getting into Namche about 6:30, just as the sun is setting. We made it here before we had to pull out the headlamps. So now we're looking for a place to stay and a good dinner. Hi there.
Hello.
How much for a room?
For how many people?
3 people.
3 people. It's 500. You need to have a dinner and breakfast here.
I ordered the yak steak. It's good. But you know what? It's like a ground yak. It's not an actual steak. It's good, but it basically tastes like hamburger. That was good. What is it?
Something green.
The apple pie in Nepal is not really the same as the apple pie in the US or Europe. It's kind of like a dumpling. Good, but just not what we would think of as apple pie. Still good after a long day on the trail. We managed to find a hotel when we came in here about 7 p.m. last night. And we were all really tired, so we didn't really spend a lot of time looking for a hotel, but we found this place. I think this is like 200 or 300 rupee, but it is basically just a coffin. It's really tiny, this little room here. Just enough space for a bed and a pack. So I think I might look around today for a different place because I kind of want a little bit more space and maybe a slightly more functioning bathroom. Thank you. We came over to this other hotel to check it out, and the rooms were much nicer. It's got a private bathroom, private shower. So we're gonna switch hotels and we're gonna spend our second night in Namche here. We just switched hotels and we moved all our stuff into the new hotel. Right now we're just walking around town, checking stuff out. We'll probably get some coffee and some pastries, and then Chad and I are gonna head up to the museum up on the hill up here, and that'll probably take us the good part of the afternoon. Doug is going to look into hiring a porter to help him with his weight, at least up to the next town to give his back a rest. But they also give massages here, so we've been encouraging Doug to get a 30-minute massage.
It's pretty rusted. There's something going on, you see, that comes sticks up.
Namche is a maze on a cliff. We keep trying to get to a particular bar terrace with a lot of people, and we keep going too high or too low, and the map isn't any help. Chad and I are doing a conditioning hike today. We're going up to this Sagarmatha Next Museum where supposedly they have a Yeti skull. Never mind. Okay, there's no Yeti skull. I'm kind of disappointed now.
Yeah, so basically, we kind of talked to the locals and the local organization SPCC, and said, are you going to keep, collecting waste and then dumping it in landfills and burn it? Because that is not a solution. It's
What are the alternatives to putting it in the landfill?
in the landfills, yeah. So
take it
basically,
down.
you got to have a place where you take the collected waste, sort the waste in different categories, and then reduce volumes. Because if you take water bottles, Coke and Fanta, it's a lot of volume. So if we're going to transport it, you've got to first shred them into smaller pieces so that you can package it more effectively. Porters carry for tourists.
Yeah.
Mules carry supplies up. You can't load them down because then you kill the animals.
Oh, okay.
The helicopters, well, they're busy doing mountain flights and medical evacs.
Yeah.
So we came up with the idea, those bags you see over there, we call them Carry Me Bag. One bag, 25 balls, weighs 0.8 kilo.
Well, it's getting colder and we need to head down. We just spent the last 20 minutes talking to the curator of the museum, the guy that I think he was the main organizer of this place,
Sounds
right?
like it,
That's
yeah.
what it sounds like,
His name's
yeah.
Tom.
Tom, he's from Sweden, and he did a lot of climbing in this region back in the 80s, and he's been living here for 8 years. We were talking to him about his project to ask trekkers to carry like 1 kilogram of garbage with them as they head down, because a lot of the animals and porters, they don't want to go down with loads because, one, it's really difficult to coordinate the garbage collection, but also they're tired and they need the rest. On the way back down, we're going to try to pick up a bag in Namche and take it down to Lukla. Anyway, it's really cold right now, so we're going to book it down and have some dinner. Well, for a rest day, today was a pretty long day. Doug is still not feeling 100%. Hopefully tonight he'll get some rest and he'll feel better tomorrow. It is a little bit concerning that he's not eating as much as he should be. He doesn't have a full appetite. So he hired a porter for tomorrow who's going to take his stuff to Deboche. And but Doug, I think, is going to walk with me and Chad tomorrow, so we'll carry some food and some water for him. It's only 7.5 miles, but it is a lot of up and down, so it'll be, a kind of a strenuous day.